In the 2000s, Pixar was hailed as the best animation studio in the world, with movies like Monster Inc., Wall-E, Up, Finding Nemo, and The Incredibles. DreamWorks, the creators of Shrek, couldn't even touch them at their best. Pixar's incredible creativity and innovation paid off, with their titles receiving worldwide recognition and praise. Well, all except one. Cars has been denounced from Pixar's All-Star 2000s titles as a black sheep of their incredible run. People didn't like the concept and just generally didn't enjoy the characters all that much. And well, when Cars 2 and Cars 3 came out, they were met with lukewarm reception without much fanfare. Personally, I loved Cars 1 as a kid, and I still think it's a solid movie to this day. Let's pretend Cars 2 doesn't exist because everyone else does too. Cars 3 came along when I was a bit more mature, and I see it now as a great send-off to McQueen's racing journey. Now, when I heard that a new Cars show was coming out, I was a bit scared that it would ruin the ending of Cars 3 and drag out the plot to introduce new characters for merch. But in fact, it is perfect in the way it presents itself as a fun rodeo with two of our favorite characters in the Cars universe, Lightning McQueen and Mater. Making a Cars 4 movie would have been kind of cannibalizing the perfect send-off of Cars 3, but instead, they chose to present this as a show. It places itself as a fun little side adventure set in the Cars universe, which doesn't force itself to be a part of the overarching Cars storyline. And dare I say, it's pretty good. The story's premise revolves around McQueen and Mater going on a fun road trip west to reach Mater's sister's wedding. Each episode is about different stops that the duo goes on while on the road trip. I'm not gonna spoil anything about them right now, but I will say that each of these stories feel like it was made with passion and love. McQueen and Mater's dynamic is great as always, since the beginning, and their friendship is highlighted even more in the show. The chemistry is so good that I genuinely feel like Larry the Cable Guy and Owen Wilson are best friends in real life. Cars on the Road is the type of show that you just turn your brain off to and become a child again. It's like the short Mater's Tall Tales from when the first Cars movie came out. There are a lot of shows that make you have to think about the story and individual character journeys that each person is going through. But sometimes, a show that doesn't require you to necessarily care about its narrative and just exists for entertainment is just as valuable as the ones that do require your full attention. The Amazing World of Gumball, a show that exists for the sole reason of being entertaining and making you laugh, is, personally for me, on the same level as Adventure Time. A show that requires you to have your undivided attention throughout its overarching narrative. Cars on the Road pulls off being both entertaining and paying homage to these characters that we have been attached to for more than 15 years. This part of the video is going to be spoilers, so if you don't want to get spoiled, skip to this part of the video to not get spoiled. Okay, 1, 2, 3, Gurtage. In the third episode of the show, Mator dies. Yep, he actually dies. An angel talks to Mator and says that this is the way he goes out, and Mator, shockingly, is fine with it. He sees this as a fitting end to his life. Mator is fine with dying, but then he thinks about how McQueen will handle his death. Mator isn't sad about his death, but he's concerned about how sad his best friend will be from his passing. His bond with Lightning shows that they will never be separated, even when they face death. And in essence, this is what the entire show is about. Your best friends. You never appreciate them until it's all over. You only have a tiny amount of time on this earth. It's better if you spend it with the one you cherish. So, the only reasonable thing to do when you die is, of course, to trick an angel, cheat death, and somehow come back to life again. All of this just to make his best friend not sad.
As your president, I call upon the cars of the world to rise up against this zombie alien invasion and to squelch this brainy-headed scourge. Or else, it's only a matter of time before they blow up the earth.
Mater, that was great. Is that it? Shoot.
I'm just getting started.
This show is truly a great nostalgia ride and plays with your heartstrings. Even though it is a kids show, it still provides great comedy and gives us a tiny bit more time with the characters in the Cars universe. And hey, that's never a bad thing. This is gonna be my first review on a show, so I'll be a bit generous. I give this show a 7 out of 10.